A great way to kick off the ski season. We are in a weather watch alert tonight as we watch those weather conditions around the state.
Yeah, let's get back to Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank. What's happening in the next 24 to 48 hours?
Yeah, it's going to be more snow for areas like Mohawk Mountain, but for us, we're pretty much entirely going to be rain. But it's the mountains that want the snow, especially for areas that there is skiing and snowboarding. Let's take a look because I think that elevation plays a major role in this storm. And one of the reasons why is because it is cold enough for snow to be coming down from the clouds. So if you're at that higher elevation where temperatures are a little bit colder, we are able to see snow fall and snow stick. However, closer to the ground, because we have an easterly component to the wind coming off of the Atlantic Ocean, and the Atlantic Ocean is so relatively warm this time of year, temperatures are so far above freezing. Jen Bernstein was mentioning this to me earlier today when she came back from her dinner break. She said it felt kind of warm outside with temperatures in the 40s, and that's why we're expecting mostly rain for a lot of the state with this storm, because temperatures are so warm close to the ground. But as you head up in elevation, it's colder. And we have heavy rain right now along parts of the Connecticut shoreline. We'll zoom in and show it to you. Branford, Guilford, North Branford, all seeing some heavier rain, and Hartford seeing some regular rain, meaning not heavy, just rain. And in northwestern Connecticut, a few snowflakes are starting to fly. Torrington, Goshen. There's nothing heavy at the moment. So that's what we'll be watching as that precipitation fills in and becomes heavier. I think the area getting snow will expand a little bit to include New Hartford, Heartland, and then those temperatures will cool even further and make it more likely for that snow to stick. But you can see we have quite a ways to go. So heading through the overnight hours, most areas that are getting rain right now will continue as rain. But look as that snow expands a little bit through the overnight and into Friday morning. We could be seeing heavy wet snow, especially for areas above 1,000 feet, northern Litchfield County, northwestern Hartford County, raining in Hartford, raining in Putnam, raining in New Haven, though. Northeast Connecticut could be mixing in a few flakes, especially during some of those heavier bursts. Sometimes when you get a heavier burst of rain, it can be just enough to kind of cool the air so that a few snowflakes come in. So don't be surprised if even out of this jackpot area, if you do see a couple of snowflakes try to mix in, it would be really hard for it to stick to anything, though. This is 9 o'clock in the morning. Again, still snowing northwest, rain elsewhere. The heaviest precipitation from this storm going to be tonight into tomorrow morning. By afternoon, we're still seeing rain, though. It's just not as heavy. And we're expecting about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rain, some big puddles, and gusts between 35 to up to 45 miles per hour. But the highest gusts will be along the Connecticut shoreline. As the storm's departing, we might be able to finish as a little bit of snow. It's just kind of the icing on the cake before it moves out. That could put down a little minor accumulation, maybe a coating in spots. So, for example, northeastern Connecticut, if you're not able to get that inch or two later tonight or early tomorrow, maybe on the backside, it's still possible. But for a lot of the state, we're expecting little or no accumulation. Hartford, Middletown, New Haven, but up in elevation, the higher you go, the higher the accumulation. But I have to tell you, we're really on the border. If temperatures are a degree or two warmer, then these numbers are too high. If they're a degree or two cooler, then what we're thinking is going to be towards the high end for a great area in here. So it just depends, and we're right on the fringe. So hopefully we're on the lower end of what happens, because that will kind of diminish some of the issues. Here's one of our computer models, again, just showing that jackpot up here in northwestern Connecticut, with most of the rest of the state getting very, very little. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. The weekend's quiet. We like quiet. We deserve quiet, especially after the last week or so. Highs in the upper 30s to around 40 Saturday and Sunday. Winter starts Wednesday, and it may get off to a bang. There is a chance for some storminess around this time next week, but lots of time for us to watch that one, guys.